Hello again, Year 5s. It is your last lesson, maths lesson, sorry, not last lesson maybe, of the week. So you've made it. You've hopefully done lots of mental multiplication, mental division, done those word problems over the last couple of days. Hopefully they went well. I'm excited you can let me know how they went. But today's a bit different. We're looking at time. All right, so we're focusing on time, and really we're thinking about duration, not just telling the time, we're thinking about duration. So you can see here, we've got 24-hour clock that we're focusing on as well today. So everything's going to be in 24-hour clock. So if you're not very comfortable with that, it's good to think about, well, how do we work this out? Ultimately, if we're doing duration, it's not the end of the world, but you should be able to know that this is what time. If it was a 12-hour clock, what would it look? What would it say? You know, hopefully, you think it would say 4:30 p.m. All right. If you remember to work out 24-hour clock, the minutes stay the same. We take 12 away from the hours. All right, to work that out. Okay. So that's how we remember that. Just take away 12, and it tells us 12 take away 16. It's 4 p.m. It's 4 in the afternoon. If it's more than 12, it's in the afternoon, and this is 4 p.m. When do we use digital? What 24-hour clock? Well, all sorts of different times. In fact, the army are often all about that. It's a bit more clear, isn't it? It helps us quickly to know whether we're in the morning or the afternoon. So that's quite helpful, okay? And it's just something that different organizations, different people do different things, and some people much prefer the 12-hour clock. But it's good to be comfortable with both. So if we were writing a timetable, we'd often use a 24-hour clock, because otherwise it can get confusing. It can look not great if things are stacked up and they're different times. And we're thinking about timetables and actually planning days today. I think your activity is quite fun. I hope you enjoy it. You're going to be thinking about how long it took different children to do different things and what times they had their breaks, all sorts of different things. So we're going to just start off by having a look at this question. We've got 3 questions to do before you get on. All right, so this is a school science lesson, starts at 10:45 and ends at 11:35. How long does it last? So how could you do this? Well, lots of different ways. You might be able to look at that and just know straight away, because you recognize that actually there's something close about these. Okay, is it more or less than an hour, do you think? Hopefully you think it's less than an hour. All right, because we can't jump a whole hour on. You could just think about jumping a whole hour on and then working out how far back to jump. That would be a quick way of working it out. Some of you might have done that already. Or we could sketch a number line and we could think, right, if I've got 10:45, how am I going to jump to 11:35? Probably 2 jumps is all. I think all of our number lines today are going to be 2 jumps. Unless we're going across lots of hours, even then, you can probably do a certain number of hours and minutes. But this time, we're going to think, right, how many until the next o'clock, which is, in this case, 11. Remember, there's 60 minutes an hour, not 100. So this number line is not going to the next big thing like tens and hundreds. It's going to 60, always to 60 when we're doing time. So you can see we make that jump, isn't it beautiful? How far have we jumped? 15 minutes. Now we're at 11 and we want to jump to 11:35. Hopefully you're feeling very intelligent and you've recognized that that's very nice and easy. It's 35 minutes. So how long is the lesson? Probably most of you sitting here thinking, stop talking, Mr. Snowden, I know the answer. It is 50 minutes long. Great, okay? So there's another couple of these, just to have a quick look at together, and then you can set off and do your own thing. You can work on the sheet that you should find online, or maybe you've had it printed off, I don't know. So this is the same idea, isn't it? All right, so we're going to sketch a number line. We're going to think, how long is this lesson? Singing lesson, 13:50 it starts, 14:40. Hopefully you know that's 10 to 2 in the afternoon, or 1:50, and finishes at 20 to 3. Again, we might find there's a similarity in the answers to the questions. Here we are. We'll be jumping on to the next hour. All right, so we're going to jump on to 2 o'clock. How far have we jumped? From 10 to 2 or 13:50. Hopefully now you've jumped 10 minutes. All right, and then again, we can see the next jump is nice and easy, all the way from 14 to 14:40, 1400 to 14:40 or 14:00, depending on how you want to say it. And there you go. So again, we've done 50 minutes. All right. So that sort of thing, fairly straightforward. Difference between 2 times. Hopefully, you should also be able to jump a few hours on as well if you need to. But sometimes we might say that, well, PE starts at 14:20 and lasts 55 minutes. When does it end? Okay. Again, we could do this a number of different ways. You could know that 55 minutes is very close to an hour. Okay, so you could be like, oh, jump on an hour, come back a bit. What's it going to be? Okay. Or we could have another number and we could think, right, I need to jump to the next hour. And I know it's 40 minutes from here to the next hour. I know I'm going to go across an hour because it's only 40 here. I'm pointing at the screen and you can't see it. It's hilarious. So I've done 40 minutes. What is that hour? Where have we got to? 1500, okay, or 3 p.m., all right? And now I've jumped 40. So the question is, how much more do I have to jump if I'm jumping 55? If my total is 55, all right? So this is the different way around. I've now jumped 40 to the next hour. I'm not working out how much it is to something. I'm working out, well, how much more do I need to jump? So I've got to take 40 away from 55. And my next jump, hopefully you got, is 15 minutes. So what time does the lesson finish? Well, I've jumped 40, and then I jumped 15 from 1500 or 3 p.m. So the answer is 3:15 in the afternoon, or 15:15. All right. So there's a few. There's a couple of different investigations you can have a go at. I think I even left an extra one, which was like the timetable for the Hogwarts Express or something. So you can have a go at any of those you like, but have a practice at thinking about durations of time. So working out how long something lasts or when it's going to finish if I know it starts. You could even, if you want to, at the end of today, you could sketch out your normal lockdown day. Okay. Probably like up at 7:30, 8 hours in front of the telly. I hope it's not that. Please tell me it isn't that. I don't know what it is, but maybe it'd be interesting. You could share it in our Zoom next Monday. I'd be interested to know what your days are looking like, what your timetable for a normal lockdown day is like. It would be fun to see. You could have a go at that as a bit of an extra activity, or if your parents want you to, as your main activity. I'm easy. Have a go, do some good maths. I look forward to seeing your work.